Hey, Alan Anderson here with Anderson Estimating Service and ETU, easy to use easy to use software services. Hey, today we're gonna go right into it. We're gonna focus these videos on this, so we're gonna focus on strata layers today. So we're going to look at a project, an old project. Hopefully it's been done. We should go look at that, but we'll be okay. Let's go look at this project and we'll see if there's a file. There should be projects. Overlook. Let's see. In this summary, there should be, there we go. There should be an address. Let's go look. Let's go make sure this project's been done. We should do that before we start showing off the pictures. Let's get rid of that end. There we go. Paste. I don't want to be giving anybody. Ooh. See? This is why I look. This is this project. And this is 2026. Oh. So we're not going to show this project today. Copy. Oh, bummer. Google Earth. Paste. We'll just make sure. See it? It's showing. Yeah. See, this is it. This is MLK Boulevard. Is a very common one. We're going to make sure. This is in North Carolina. So we're going to make sure we're in the right state. So we're going to go down here to, what was it? We'll go North Carolina. And where was it? See, there's a lot of, that is a very common name. Let's see, Excel. In Durham. Durham. Come on, let's get to Durham. It doesn't like this. There it is. There it is. There's the housing tract. Oh, okay, we can do this one. And it's called Stratford Lakes. There it is. Woohoo! We can do this project today. Because I'm like, oh no, it's not done. Well, we were looking and for contingency. Anyways, let's get into it. So this project has really, it's pretty cool. It's got not existing a layer here, and then a PRN, PNR. All different edit. Let's go to plan view. And we can see all the different layers. There's subgrade. So, and this one, let's go look at the 3D view. Pretty cool little job. Now, if you get on one of the jobs, this one, you cannot do anything here. Oh, also, hey, you cannot adjust the window when you're in 3D view. Just notice that in AGTEK. Pro tip. Can't adjust the window when you're in 3D view. You got to go to edit or entry mode. You can't. Now I can adjust this window. Oh, that was frustrating this morning. So it looks pretty cool. Looks good data. Let's just look at just the, we got so much on there. Let's get rid of the annotate. Get rid of everything. Ooh, that looks nice. Oh, I love my work. All the grade breaks are in there. all the tops and toes of the retaining wall, tops and toes of the slopes, and the tops and the bottom of the walls. So if I did a cross section through there, you'd see it. It's perfect, right? Because you want this, you want it to look like this. When somebody zooms in, whoop, angle in, get rid of that overlay. My little cars down there. You know, if you make the shade just a little less, like make it a little less. So we want it 1.5. You can see it a little bit better. There's a little ramp down here. And a little pond back here. And so if you look here, well, we could actually line this up since we know we went to, this is Durham, North Carolina. Go, yeah, almost the same latitude. But yeah, so you can see it. There's that pond back there. See that little pond and that little pond? There it is. Right there. Oops, could almost get both of them. But anyways, I can click back there. Overlay. You can see the ponds back there. Doot, doot. Yeah. And then this one has also, we went through and we did the a strata layer to see where the rock was. Because on this one, I provided not only a 3D view, there's the 3D view we're looking at on the screen. So I provide this to my customers so they can look and see, oh, everything's freaking nice, right? These are what 3D views should look like. I can't get any, I wish I could hire somebody that can do 3D views like this. But yeah, so your 3D view, that's just a rendering problem. And then they wanted to know what rock. This was, they were a brand new customer and they had already gotten the job and done a takeoff. So I just used so I just got the rock for them. Kind of cool. And you can see the rock strata layer follows the existing pretty much. It gets deeper over here and then shallower. So but AGTEK makes it follow. If I've seen somebody, anyways, I'm not even going to go. There was an engineer that did it, and they did it based on the elevations and didn't follow the existing, and it just was so wrong. It was really wrong. So, and then here's the cut fill map. And I did an erosion control takeoff for them. I do use Bluebeam. I like Bluebeam. So let's close this little thing window. I used to do hand takeoffs for cross sections using Bluebeam because I'm old school. And there's their silt fence takeoff. I mean, I use AGTEK now. I have the AGTEK materials, but before I could spend $8,000, yeah. So yeah, so here's this, and then I provided them a heat map where the rock was. We should line this sucker up. I love lining things up to Google Earth. So here we go. Let's go and see. And you know, the neat part about this is you could take this heat map into the field and see approximately. I mean, it's not engineer stuff. I could provide a GPS model for the exact locations of these borings and something, but this Google Earth thing, just for out in the field general, because their work's fun and it's fun. Oh, you know what? I was going to change my background. You know what? I want a different background today. Let's see, which background do I want? I want a different background today. Let's see. Ooh, I really like this one. Let's do that one. Yeah, that one's much better. Hey, yeah, so yeah, I mean, dirt, it's dirt, I mean, we do all this math and it's really just a big guess. Don't even think it's not. I mean, that's why I always laugh when people are just Yeah. What's my, some of my favorites are, going from 95% compaction to 90% compaction is 5% shrinkage. That was my favorite. No, no, I can show you the math. And you know what I did? I showed them a proof. I'm such a dork. Anyways, back to it. So yeah, so we're going to put this sucker right on. So this is Google Earth. So we just click on here and we see it says North Carolina. So everything is North Carolina. There's only one zone for North Carolina. So we just go to utility, transform, blah, 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 and go to North Carolina. North Carolina. There it is. There is only one option for North Carolina. And then we just, now some cities, some states, you know, sometimes it doesn't work. So just export KMZ. And I have my own little setup I do every time. So, you know, I'm going to go real fast with this. I'm not going to. 1927. Organization is the key to success. All my projects are all, I can pull up a file from 10 years ago, man, because they all have numbers. So it's really simple. Strip areas, no. Oh, yeah, we're going to leave the strata on there. And benchmarks. And we're going to put those boring maps on there. You know, sometimes when you transfer it back into your computer, it doesn't take all the files. Export. Woohoo! There we are. Rock it out. Take those plans off. Look at that PNR. Oh, and whatever. There it is. Woohoo! Take the cut fill map off, and you can see exactly where it was. Yeah, if I would have done the erosion control in AGTEK, I could see the. I could actually see the road control on this Google Maps, but yeah, I mean, I could import my. I mean, there's all kinds of ways around it, but yeah, here it is. So yeah, 12 minutes. I'm trying to keep these under 15. So there you go. Hey, I'm gonna have another video. We're gonna on AI. How to load up, and I'll provide the markdown. You can use it with ChatGPT. You can use it with any of your AIs, but you just import your source report, and it only does a summary. No thinking, because AI can't think. It's just a matcher. That's all it is. It's a big word matcher. That's what it does. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You can see exactly. I love Google. And then you can go in here and you can see the boreholes. Here's the boreholes. Let's see if they show up well. You know, some of this stuff doesn't really show up well. Let's see, take the design off. Boreholes. I don't see them. See, they're there. Oh, we click on them. We can see where they're at. Oh, that's a cool thing. That's exactly where the borehole was. That's pretty cool. You can see where all your boreholes are. You could do this out in the field, and you can load this up on your tablet. So, and then you can see your. One thing I do is when sometimes I send the design perimeter. I'll have to my clearing guy, and then he can just upload that onto his phone and see it right in Google Earth. So it's kind of a cool thing. But yeah, so here's all the format. Let's look at, we were just doing Strata today. That's the topo for the rock. Yes. And there's the cut fill. Now, if I would have done, this is the rock. What is this? This looks like it's the rock layer. When I did this, output this, I did PTR towards stripped. So it's going to output whatever you have right? So if I would have put, this is typically what you're going to calculate, subgrade versus stripped. But if you were going to do a heat map, right? So you would do subgrade to your PNR. So that's where the rock is. So if I was going to export, so what I do is, so we're going to want to bring in this map. Okay, so what I do is I go to Google Earth and I rename, right? Rename this. And I just put XXX next to it. Okay? Because I'm going to get rid of this cut fill map and replace it with the other one. Okay? So we're going to, okay, so I'm just going to keep it, I'm just going to call it, I just do X. I don't need all that. I just need the cut fill map, actually. So there. Unclick all that. Conform, yes, always conform. Or you'll see the freaking. So there it is. There's the. Let's turn off the other. There's my heat map. See, it's there's. That's exactly what we wanted. So that's where the rock is. So we could bring that one up here. So what I do is I delete these ones. Right? And then I just bring in these ones. You can just, whoop, there you go. And then I just delete this old one. Now I just replaced the overlay. And that's where the rock is. So now if you went out to the field, well, we can get rid of that Strata, the PRN. That's actually supposed to be right here. There it is. So here's your existing. And so here's your report regions. Here's your design. That's where your design. So that's where all the rock was on this project. Really kind of cool, huh? AGTEK's pretty cool. And that's how you replace a cut fill map on Google Earth. All right. I hope you learned something. I have another video on AI summary. I'm going to go through putting a soil summary together with Claude, and I'll provide this markdown for you. But just go to that one. Hey, don't forget, I have a program called ETU Hyperlink. Yes, ETU Hyperlink. You just right click and you can click on any link and make it trackable. Yeah, any link. And you know what? And today I used ETU Hyperlink. And here's how I used it. So I sent one of my customers a proposal. And normally, once I send it, I'm like, crap. Once I send it, I can't change it because I don't know if he's downloaded it or not. Now I know. So now I know he didn't click on it yet. And I just altered the proposal, overwrote it in Dropbox. Now, he had no idea there was a revision. Until he hits that button and clicks on it, I can change it at any time. So if you sent a proposal and like your boss went, oh, you screwed up, and goes, oh, don't worry, man. He hasn't clicked on it. I can change it. We'll change it, and he'll get the new one. ETU Hyperlink. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's ETU Hyperlink. Yeah, you can go to that website. All right. Well, hey, have a blessed day, and check out my AI summary report. We're going to go through that.